Hello number ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking. Now today I've decided to talk about how to effectively punch someone. But why did I choose to talk about this? Well, I've decided to teach you a technique that I was taught myself when I was practicing Kyokushin Karate. Now, for those of you who don't know what Kyokushin is a full contact kind of karate, and it's a very legit martial art. Now, I'm going to teach you a technique, very effective and practical technique that I've learned, which is not only good for people who practice hand-to-hand combat, but also for HEMA practitioners, for Kenjutsu Kendo practitioner, any combat martial art. Now, I know that haters there are already typing really quickly. They're starting to call me arrogant, they're starting to write, who do you think you are? Now, before these people, just give me a second to explain, okay? Now, I don't mean to say that I'm a master, and I don't mean to say that I'm strong and I can take on anyone. Absolutely not. It's the opposite, okay? What I'm trying to say is, I am not strong, I'm average towards weak probably, if compared to many of you at least. I'm not the weakest person in the planet. I do have a little bit of strength and I have practiced martial art. I know a thing or two about fighting, but what I'm trying to say is this technique is so effective that it worked even for weak me. That's what I'm trying to say. If it worked for me, mate, it's gonna work for you. Now, before getting into fighting, there's another point I'd like to make really quickly, and that is I am not, with this video, advocating or promoting street fights. I'm not telling you to get easily into a fight, and I'm not saying that violence is a good thing. 90% of the times it's not a good thing, but there are some situations where you gotta defend yourself. Now, if you can, try to avoid a fight on the streets and try to talk your way out of it. So if someone insults you or whatever, if they provoke you, don't think that, if you don't fight, you don't go there and punch them, then you're being a coward. You're not being a coward, you're being a civilized man. But if they come at you, if they start hitting you, if they start hurting you, then you gotta defend yourself. And in a situation where you cannot absolutely avoid a fight, and they are starting to hit you, then you hit back, and if it's going to be either them or you, it's going to be them. So how can you do that? How can you punch effectively? Now, today I went to the gym and I noticed that they were doing something that I think they call fitbox, where they start, they got a little bit of music and then they start punching the air. And I noticed that some people, they punched like this. Like, I thought everyone at least understood the basics of punching, but it seems like that I was wrong. So, first of all, of course, you got to get done with the basic of punching. So you got to know, just to give you just a couple of things, and then we move to the actual technique. You got to know how to, you got to choose a guard, whatever you're into Muay Thai, you're into karate, you're into boxing, whatever you want, but you choose a guard. And one thing that I think is very important for me was the idea of when I punch with my left arm, I protect myself with the other arm and vice versa, okay? So whatever punch you go, just make sure you're always protected. Very important point. If you keep punching the air, okay, you will get good at punching the air. If you want to get good at punching people, now I'm not saying you got to punch people. Well, if you practice a full contact style, you are going to punch people and you're going to get punched. But if that's not your philosophy of life, maximum respect to that, at least punch something if you don't want to punch someone. For example, a sack like that one is a good idea. Today we're going to use it to demonstrate a few things, okay? You got to get yourself used to hitting. Theory is important, but practice is more important than theory. So you get the basics, okay? Turning the hips when you attack. Let's say you get into a fight, okay, and he's coming towards you. You want to hit the face. What do? You go for the face. But there is a problem with that. People have got arms. What that means is that when you go for the face and you hit them, they're going to raise their hands to protect themselves. It's an automatic thing. It's instinctive. You go for a punch to the lower torso, they're going to protect the lower torso. It's automatic. So let's get into the technique now. I was training Kyokushin Karate. I was fighting and sparring against a black belt. And what happened is that he hit me and I didn't even see it coming and I went down. KO, couldn't even breathe, was all red. So the technique I'm teaching you is something that worked on me. So what did I do? At the end of the lesson, I talked to my sensei and I said, Master, why did I not see it coming? Is it just because he's quicker and faster? Or is it because he did something? And he taught me the technique. This is the technique. He raised my awareness to the upper part and then he hit me in the stomach. So I focused on this, I trained it for months. Then when I fought another opponent, I used this technique on him. He went down, KO, couldn't breathe, became all red. It worked. Again, it worked for me. I'm not strong. It's going to work for you. Now, when I say that it worked for me, I don't mean that it worked at the gym or at the dojo. I mean that it worked for a street fight. Now, again, I'm a person who doesn't want to fight as much as I can. I try to talk my way out of it. But there was this guy who kept on insisting he wanted to fight me. And I said, no, I don't want to fight you. Just whatever, mate. I said, just, you had a long day. Well, no trouble. But he insisted. So he grabbed me here. And I said, just leave it. And we left it to that. Our friends just separated us. Now, on the following day, he kept insisting. He saw me again on the streets and he said, hey, I'm going to beat you up. Mind you, this is a person who was taller than me, or at least 12 centimeters, 10 to 12 centimeters taller. He was athletic. He had a better body preparation than me. Now, my friend was there and he was coming to help me, but I said, no. I mean, he doesn't have a knife, so, we're both unarmed. 2-on-1, not my way of taking care of things, so just leave it. So he insisted, and I said, don't grab me, and he grabbed me, okay? So what did I do? At that time, I decided to kick, because his hands were like this, he was grabbing me, okay? We were sort of wrestling. I'm not particularly strong with my legs, and I hit him, but I didn't really hit him, I sort of pushed him away. But I thought, well, I hit him, I showed him that I'm going to fight, I'm serious about this, so perhaps he's going away. But no, he insisted. He said, no, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to pound you, whatever. And he came to me again. So I used the technique. What did I do? I went for a punch, faked a second punch to the face. He was like this, and I changed target and I hit him in the stomach. He went down, all red, couldn't breathe. Funny enough, we actually became good friends after that, perhaps because we're Southern Italians and, that's how we are. We punch today and the following day we just go out for a pizza. I don't know. But anyways, he knew that he was being stupid, that I was trying to avoid the fight. He wanted to fight anyways, and he went down for it. So, it works. Now let's learn it. So the theory is, when you hit someone towards the face, they're going to raise their awareness to the face. So you want to fake, okay, perhaps you go for a first punch toward the face, you fake a second one to the face and change immediately to the stomach. So when you first started the fight, your real target was his stomach. But you don't go for the stomach, you don't even look at the stomach. You look at the face, you go for the face, you feint the face and you hit the stomach. When you start punching towards the face, he's going to raise his hands. His awareness is here, he wants to protect the face. That's when you strike to the stomach. Same thing you can do. You want to hit the face, lower the awareness, attack the stomach, fake a punch to the stomach, go for the face. Now this even works for Hima, it works for Kenjutsu, because I've got my position, I look at my opponent in the eyes, then when I'm about to strike, I look slightly up, I show him I'm looking to the upper head, so he thinks I'm making the mistake. I fake the attack to the head and I go for the leg. This one works beautifully. If I tried this on Matt Easton from Scholar Gladiator, he would probably behead me. But if you're fighting against someone who's similar level to even a bit better than you, this works beautifully. So same thing, on the other hand, if you want to hit the face, you look at the legs, okay? You go as if you're going for the legs, and then you change at the last minute. They'll never see it coming. Alright, so this is the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your time. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content from the Metatron. Also, let me ask you, what martial arts are you practicing in, or what martial arts have you practiced? Or if you haven't practiced any, what martial art would you like to take on? Please let me know in the comments below. And remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Goodbye.